The sports car hobby is going to look really different in 2026. We're going to see some crazy things. I've actually got some leaked information from PSA about an upcoming subscription model, and I actually think that's something we're going to see more of. A little bit more of a Netflix, Hulu type of approach for things like grading and other areas of the hobby. I also want to talk about liquidity and consolidation between companies. I think we're going to start to see a lot of that as well. And I think we're going to see the hobby further deviate into two different worlds. In my previous couple of videos, I said one is Mario Kart and one is a Cadillac. It'll be something like that. Some of these things are already happening, to be honest, so it's not really much of a, Nostradamus type of thing. But I want to walk through each of these because I think we should understand what we think could happen over the next 12 months, because I think they're going to be the most important 12 months we've had since 2020. All right, so sports cards isn't dying, it's growing. The CAGR's pretty healthy. I'm going to say the CAGR's around 13%, which is probably better than the market in most cases long term. I think long term the market's like 10 to 12, right? One of you finance gurus can correct me on that. Like, what's the 50-year return on the the Dow, or pick an index fund or something like that. But anyway, I think we're going to see it evolve into something more professional, complex, and financially strategic. It's going to happen over the next 24 months, really. But we're going to find out a lot more about different companies. So let's talk about the platform economy real quick. I think that the biggest players in 2026 won't just sell services, they'll try to control ecosystems. So you've got like a company controlling every step of the consumer life cycle, from grading to valuation to vaulting to lending, which we haven't seen yet. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Selling, insurance. One company can do all that. I find it interesting. I actually had, his name's Michael. I forget Osaki. He is the head kind of, not authenticated for PSA. He's like an insurance guy. You have Michael come to your house. I almost had him come to mine, but I just got too lazy. He'll come to your house and he'll say, all right, your collection is worth 400 grand. Here's a nice shiny letter saying it's worth 400 grand. You can give that to your insurance company. And then the insurance company will accept that. And then you can actually bind the additional insurance. So that, by the way, I know so many people with like 7 figures of sports cards that have not insured them. Just stop everything. Stop this video, hit pause, and call your insurance company. You can either do it in a cheeky way by increasing the overall policy on your house by 500 grand or $1 million. That's one way to do it, like people with watches do. But the other better way is to get the valuation certified by somebody like Michael Osaki. But anyway, right now he's independent. He's just sort of like affiliated with PSA, right? Because he knows his stuff and he can find out what something's worth pretty quickly. And he's a very savvy guy. Obviously, he knows all the auction houses and everything. But PSA could start baking this into their platform and providing insurance and becoming a financial company. If you don't think that's on their radar, you're crazy, because the revenue there is nuts. It's just, obviously, insurance is a whole different game and very sensitive to interest rates. And, it's not the perfect seamless segue. I don't know if Nat wants to get into like the underwriting world. It's going to be hard to predict, especially with the valuations and stuff like that. But that's something you could see, right? So one company could own all aspects. Not only do you open cards and send it to them and grade it to them and vault it with them and sell it from the vault to them, but also you can insure it through PSA, which is crazy. And towards the middle of this video, I'm going to show you the leaked subscription service that PSA is going to do. That's another thing they could do. So if you're tired of right now they have like the yearly collectors thing, right? And it gets you the bulk rate. And it's actually a pretty good deal if you submit over like 20 cards a year or 50 cards or whatever it is. But I could see them in a world, just this subscription thing. It's actually, I don't want to steal the thunder yet. You're going to have to wait a couple minutes. I'm going to tell you what they're willing to offer in it. It's actually, I kind of want this. So what are some things they could do? Like PSA could actually offer like a cash out speed. There's a reason we have, fast lanes in life, or first class seats on an airplane, or, people pay. I've always said, if states want to fund things on the highway programs, that HOV lane, let people bid on it. Pay $500 a year to use the thing. They will raise so much revenue. And so PSA could do something similar, right? People won't love it because it's haves and have nots, but they could say, If you pay X, we kind of do already with the grading, right? Like the express grading and whatever, but maybe there's like, those are step ups. Maybe there's a step in between where within the value tier, you could pay an extra $10 to expedite, just like you do with like DoorDash, right? Like direct to you, saves you 10 minutes. It's like another $2. You're like, whatever. Maybe PSA tries to grab another $5 per transaction out of that. That could be clever. And again, I'll show you what they're actually thinking about doing, but that's just another idea I had. I think that they could have some sort of data analytics and pricing tool. I mean, we have Card Ladder right now, and that's sort of included in their subscription. But like, what if they started to break things down, and like almost like a finance guy would at a Bloomberg terminal, and you could really see the movements of cars. Maybe they don't even have this data, or access to, how many exemplars they have of a particular autograph of Mickey Mantle, or actual scans of every card in the pop and just drill down in the pop. Some of that stuff could be pretty sick, and they could charge for it. It could be fascinating. So the instant liquidity could be interesting, but again, this could keep you in their ecosystem. And this isn't just PSA. Like, can Tag do this? Can CGC do this? Can Arena Club do this? What are the things that these companies are going to do? Every one of these companies right now is thinking, how do I get more revenue, and how do I capture the audience better, capture the collector better within, and just keep them there like an airport, right? And just charge. And some of the stuff we might like, and some of the stuff we may hate, but that's what ecosystems do. All right, I'm going to play a video on these leaked PSA service tiers. It's going to be called PSA Elite. I don't know if this is actually happening, but this is official PSA stuff. I'm going to show you the video I did on Instagram. I'll meet you on the other side and I'll talk about it. Got a hold of a leaked PSA survey that tells us about a new service tier. With PSA Elite, get both PSA magazines, 1 grading credit, 2 free looks a year for crossovers, 25% off shipping, concierge customer support, VIP area at the National, and tours of PSA grading operations. You also get the $200 Card Ladder tier, so I actually think this is a pretty damn good deal. All right, so let's walk through these. So we've got the magazines. Like, all right, who really cares about that? I do look at that magazine. I look at the back of the collector's magazine because it reminds me of the Beckett days. It's really meaningless information, but it's just, it's so nostalgic. I wish it smelled like the Beckett magazine too. You open the back up and it's like, like 69 Topps NBA and 86 Fleer. What are the PSA 10 Jordans doing? It's cool. I actually got to give props to them for doing that. So they're going to give you sports and pop culture and TCG. Who cares? 1 free PSA grading credit, which is $25 value. All right, you get 2 free looks for crossover submissions in a year. So you can take any Beckett slabbed thing, and without cracking the slab, without any risk, just for you noobs out there, you send them the slab. You don't have to crack it open and send it to them. You send them the slab. They look through the slab and they decide if, maybe it's an autograph that you want to cross over, maybe that you want a better grade or whatever. You get 2 free a year. You get 25% discount on shipping to home from grading. You get dedicated customer concierge support. This is the fast lane stuff I was talking about, right? And also with PSA Vault and consignment, a VIP area at the National Card Convention. So there's going to be a dedicated submission intake for elite members. Brilliant. This one, I don't think this is going to make the cut. There's no chance that this makes the cut. A tour of PSA grading operations. So an inside look at the grading process at Santa Ana or the New Jersey office. Baloney. I'm going to sign up for this tier. Do you think they'll let me go in? They'll let me go in, but they're going to bug, they're going to make sure I'm not wearing a bug or a wire or anything like that. But this is what I'm talking about. I think that the hobby's becoming modernized, and there's a lot of other cool stuff companies can offer. And, PSA is kind of a cutting edge company. And I think that it could be interesting to see what they do with these different like fast lanes and tiers and stuff like that. So they actually gridded this up for us. They said that, what would you be willing to do? And they asked you to select one, right? So free basic standard premium, access to bulk grading discounts at $19 to $20 a card, access to grading specials, Card Ladder Pro valued at $200 a year, and the PSA Mag, right? So free basic standard premium. And so which one would you want? And they're pricing it, right? So premium would be $199 a year. Again, it depends on, obviously, the bulk grading discounts, right? If they only allow you 1 submission, then that's not worth it. But if they allow you like unlimited, you know, up to 1,000 per year for some dealers, man, that could save a lot of money. But honestly, $200 just to tour the damn grading floor for the first time? Sign me up, baby. Nat, if you're watching this video, you might be watching this. I'm gonna test this tier out. Bring me on. I'll sign an NDA, whatever you need. I don't know. I might disappear after, though, guys. I might end up getting slabbed. That's how they get rid of people that go to PSA. They slab you and they store you in the vault. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. You know what? I think I should probably land this plane. I don't know. You can tell I'm in like a holiday mood here. So I think that just watch this market. If you're a collector, just watch this market next year, watch the companies and what they do, and honestly benefit from it, because I think I feel like every move has been to dominate the collector over the last 5 years. We've just been like, thank you, sir. May I have another? We just get paddled and ask for another whack. But I think finally 2026 might be the year where the collectors actually, like, our voice, we start to benefit. We start to get nicer things. You know, the customer's always right starts to matter, because I think things are going to get more competitive with other money coming into the space. So I don't know. It's going to be pretty cool to watch. I could be totally wrong. Let me know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to? And would you sign up for this PSA thing? Thanks, everyone.